Good morning. I've been going through 7 questions Christians should ask themselves daily. In the last couple of times we've met, I asked, first, is Jesus real to me? Second, am I enjoying prayer? And today I'd like to talk a little bit about, do I insist upon doing something about which my conscience is uneasy? And that happens when we know inside that what we're about to do is something we shouldn't do, or when we basically make the choice not to do what we should do. This ties in with our passage in our lectionary and in our disciplines reading, which is from Romans 12, 1 and 2, which says, I beseech ye, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. So as we look at this and we think back on one of the Wesley questions, if we properly train our minds and we are transformed by the Holy Spirit living within us, then when our conscience tells us that we should do something or that we shouldn't, then we're to listen to that. It's obviously not talking about in Romans that we're supposed to sacrifice our bodies in a literal way. It's much easier to sacrifice and give up your life in order to do good than it is to live the good life in order to do even better. In our lives, many of us, and I recall one young tragic story at a church that I formerly served, where a young man just had an intense feeling of shame and inability to do what he needed to do. And when we find somebody like that, it is important for us to relate, as Paul did, the great mercies of God. By the mercies of God. And that mercy is that when we fail, He forgives us. But the point is not to continue to try to fail. It's to try to do right, to listen to our conscience, to do the things we know we should and refrain from doing the things we shouldn't. So that Wesley question that we should ask ourselves every day is, do I insist upon doing something about which my conscience is uneasy? I would encourage you to ponder that today, and I hope that you have a great day and a great weekend, and we'll talk more about Romans chapter 12 in the sermon on Sunday. God bless you.